welcome back to my channel, The You in Fashion. My name's Megan. On my channel we discuss fashion, luxury, handbags, and lifestyle. So if you're interested in any of those topics, please like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notifications bell down below so you don't miss any of my content. I know it's been a while since I've done a video on handbags, so today I wanted to loop back around and I wanted to compare today the Chanel Classic Medium Double Flap and the Chanel Classic Jumbo Double Flap. And if you watch my very first video, or I guess that was my second video on choosing a first designer handbag, both of these were actually on the list because I feel like they're really great first designer handbags to choose because they hold their value so well. So if you're looking to buy your very first designer handbag, I would say these are a great option, which is why for my very first comparison video, I really wanted to do these in case you're thinking about them and you were just like, man, I just need that one extra push, just that little bit more information to go ahead and pull the trigger. So if you're interested, keep watching. I'm going to do a what fits inside, do some mod shots, do some measurements, and it'll be just a fun video here together. So guys, make sure you guys stay tuned to the end. Like I said, I'm going to do some mod shots, some fitting, but at the end we're gonna shop together on Fashionfile and just see what they have available to purchase here in the now. So I know you guys looked at the timestamp and you're like, oh my goodness, this is going to be a long video, but please relax a little bit. If you don't want to watch the whole thing, that's okay. I try to go through different categories, from the measurements to the fit to the what fits inside, and then the last thing is the shopping piece on Fashionfile, so you can kind of pick within those what you find helpful, but I really just wanted to make a pretty inclusive video to help you make this decision. First is price point, and this one is my Chanel Medium Classic Double Flap. I do have it in the black caviar with the silver hardware, and retail this handbag goes for, excuse me while I look at my notes, this one is gonna go for $7,800 US currently. And then I have my Chanel Jumbo Double Flap, and this one I have in the black, also caviar, but with the gold hardware, and this one currently retails at the $8,500. So I just wanted to kind of, like I said, start with pricing, with retail price on both, just to give an idea at the price point. Next is going to be measurements, and I did include some photos here as well of the measurements because I'm like, I can definitely show them better than I can tell them. And also with these measurements, I just want to do a little disclaimer. I have never claimed to be an expert measurer. So if you guys feel like these measurements are a little bit off, I'm just trying to give you a rough estimate. And that's why I wanted to include the pictures as well, in case you're like, she told me this, but that's not what it is. That way you kind of have the picture too, just to kind of compare, even if you have a little tape measure at home as well, that you can measure it out too. So on the medium double flap, across, so the length was 10 inches, the height was about 6 inches. So if I'm doubling up the chain on my medium double flap like so, I literally put the tape measure in between the straps here, and if I'm measuring from the top in between there to the top of the handbag here, I got about 9 inches. And then if I did the single, so I did from the top of the single part here to the top of the handbag, that one I got about 16.5 inches. So we'll go ahead and switch to the measurements of the jumbo as well. And for the jumbo, I got in length was about 12 inches. From the height, I got about 8 inches. From the doubled, I got from the top to the top of the handbag 13.5 inches, and then single I got about 23 inches. So again, with the measurements, I really wanted to include these in the video because I feel like it's something tangible, like I said, and I really wanted to include the photos of the measuring tape too because I feel like that's universal. You could take my word for it all day or look up on Fashionfile what they measured it as, but I feel like if you have that measuring tape at home and you can kind of stretch it out there like I did, it's a little bit more tangible than me just telling you that information. Okay, and I did want to give a little side-by-side comparison. Try to get both of these in the frame here. So this, of course, is the side-by-side of the front of them. So you can see quite a significant difference in the sizes here. Again, side-by-side this way. Okay. And I think that those are mainly going to be the two most important, is kind of seeing across and this way. So you can see that it's quite a large difference in the sizes of these. Next, I just wanted to show you kind of the views of each of the bags. So first, starting with my medium double flap, the front, the back, the side, and then we'll go ahead and open it up here. And then you have the double flap, you have the inside there, and you have your little lipstick holder. My authenticity card is in there. So that is going to be the medium. And then in the jumbo, you have also the front, the side, the back, other side if you're interested. And then we're gonna go ahead and open this one up as well. And within this one, I do have my mask and stuff in there because who doesn't have just a mask laying around, I feel like, in all of their handbags at this point. But this one I do have a Samorga insert in there, and along with the double flap. So I'm just gonna take the Samorga insert out just so you can see more of the inside of the bag. So again, you have inside the little lipstick holder, the pockets, the double flap. Both of them, of course, have that little front pocket there as well. Let me go ahead and show you the front pocket too in this one, front pocket there. They also have the little back pocket here. I don't know, there's not much that you can fit in there. And I don't know that I showed you the bottom of this one. So we all know that this one does not have the bottom panel in the same way that the jumbo does, and that's really, I just feel like it, because it's a bigger handbag, to help with the structure, they did have to put that in there from what I researched. But again, I hope that showed different views of the bag for you. The bottoms, the sides, they pretty much characteristically have the same pockets, and you know, they all have the little zip envelope pocket here, all have the back pocket, all have the same openings for the most part within the double flaps, whether you're looking at the medium or the jumbo size. I would say that that kind of leads me into some of the pros and the cons, and I really relate a bit to, you can't go wrong with either one of these, but it's all in functionality. Because your jumbo is so much larger than your medium, I feel like that truly is what determines what size you need, is how much you're planning on putting in these handbags. So I do not personally carry a lot of items in my handbags. I'm a pretty light carrier when it comes to things that I keep in my handbag. So if you are looking for just your essentials and maybe a little bit more, I would say the medium would be the way to go. What I also want to consider with choosing the size is going to be, you know, for more petite people. So kind of like I was saying, I am under 5 feet, about 4'11". So for me, I can carry this kind of as a one shoulder bag or as a crossbody bag pretty comfortably. And I really, really like the functionality when it comes to that. But if you are someone that is a bit taller than I am, and you feel like a larger bag you just like a little bit more because you are a little bit taller, and excuse that ambulance if you can hear that in the background, I'm so sorry. But as far as the jumbo size here, if you're looking to carry more than daily essentials, or you just carry a lot of things in your handbag, I would say this is the way to go. Or kind of like I was saying, if this is one of your very first handbags and you don't have a lot of them in your collection and you need it to very much be able to carry whatever you need as your main handbag, I would definitely say the jumbo is the way to go. Also, what I wanted to mention is transitioning from day to night. Now, I will say that I feel like the medium is a little bit better when it comes to that. I feel like the medium, because of its size, you can carry it a little bit more for a nice neat evening out than you could for the jumbo size, to be honest. And as the jumbo size, I really only wear it as a double strap. I can't wear it as a single or as a crossbody, so it does limit it a little bit more for me on how I can carry it. But like I said, I feel like it really comes down to how much you have to fit in your handbags or how much you normally carry in your handbags. I feel like that is probably the most important way to choose which one of these may be best for your lifestyle. Other pro I would say with the jumbo size is going to be just the accessibility to the pockets. Even when I was making this video here, what I realized is when I was kind of trying to open the different pockets and put things, or just the accessibility to the pockets, the jumbo was just easier to get things in and out of, and the accessibility to the pockets are a lot easier. With my medium, I found that it was a little bit more, I don't know if stiff is the right word, but when I open it up and just trying to like pull even back to this pocket, or even if you're trying to put something behind here, which I really don't, but just it's a bit more stiff, if that makes any sense, and harder to access kind of those additional pockets if it's not your main opening here, I feel like. So that's something that until I made this video I didn't really consider, but I would definitely say that that is a pro of the jumbo, especially if you are out and running errands and you're like, which is the one I want to be able to go out, run some errands, make sure I can fit plenty of things in here, make sure the pockets are accessible and easy to get into. I would say definitely the jumbo is going to be the choice. Okay, so now moving on to what fits inside, and I've just pulled out some items here that if I were going to pack in a handbag, these would be some of the things I've taken. So I've tried to be really conscious of things that I would actually bring with me instead of just throwing anything that I could find into the handbag, because like I said, I typically pack very light, but these are some things, if I was going to carry some things with me, these are some things I would have. So the first thing, of course, is my wallet. I carry a very, very small card wallet that literally I just carry my cards in it. So that, of course, fits very easily right down in there. Kind of turn, so still plenty of space there. I also, of course, would normally have my phone in here, but I'm using that to film. So you can picture that, but I mean, plenty of space in there for even my phone. You're gonna laugh at me, but that's okay. I do not have any other wallets, to be honest, other than my little card holder. So what I did is I kind of broke down my multi-pochette to see kind of what I could fit, because I could definitely see carrying one of these pouches by themselves, or even if I needed to pack a little bit of makeup or something in one of these, I could completely see doing it. So I actually broke down my multi-pochette, which is one of the reasons I bought it in the first place, just to kind of see what of these could fit inside my handbags here. So this one, I would say, which is the smallest part of the multi-pochette, also fits in there pretty comfortably. Sorry, let me get the positioning right. Pretty comfortably with my little wallet that I have in there. And then I also have my AirPods, so I'll stick those in there. Again, plenty of space still. I took the coin pouch from my multi-pochette in case you are interested in carrying coins, and I put that right on in there, and that also fits pretty well. I do have some contact solution. Again, whenever I'm wearing my contacts, I want to make sure if my eyes are irritated that I have some of that with me. I have the actual little contact case, and there we are kind of getting pretty full already. Again, I tried to leave a little bit of space in front of here for my phone, so if you could picture that being in there too. My hand sanitizer, we could probably squeeze right here on top. At this point, I'm kind of stacking some things along, but we're still fitting. I would say the only thing I probably could not fit comfortably is going to be my Ray-Ban sunglass case. That's just simply not going to close. So let's take out the Ray-Ban sunglass case. Everything else is still in there, and let's see if that would close. Ooh, still not closing. So let's try taking something else out. We're gonna take the hand sanitizer out, and let's see how that does. So that does close. It seems like kind of that last little piece of the hand sanitizer just really wouldn't allow it to kind of close as much. It was taking up too much space. So there's all of those things. Now what we're gonna do is go ahead and transition all of the things that I just put in my medium, and we're gonna see how it fits in the jumbo. So let's go ahead and open up the jumbo. So for my jumbo double flap, we are going to go ahead and start with my wallet, because like I said, I have to take this everywhere with me. That's not optional. We are going to go ahead and put, again, the smallest pouch of my multi-pochette in there. I am going to try the even larger pouch, which is the main part of the handbag for the multi-pochette. And that also fits. So those are all three of those in there right now. So my wallet, both parts of the multi-pochette pouches in case you need pouches in there. Coin purse. Contacts. Contact solution. AirPods. Hand sanitizer. And that all is in there pretty comfortably. I should still be able to fit my phone kind of, even if I wanted to put it right there, I would say it would still fit pretty good. And then let's see the the sunglass case there. And that closes pretty good. So that fit perfectly in there. So I just feel like that shows you how much more can really fit in this handbag. I was able to fit the main pouch from the multi-pochette. I was able to fit my sunglass case. I was able to fit my hand sanitizer. So those are three things that I was able to fit in here that could not go in my medium that take up quite a bit of space. I mean, a sunglass case is pretty large. Hand sanitizer, not so big, but a little bulky. It's not as thin as like a pouch would be with nothing really in it. So I hope that gives you an idea. Now, what I will say and what I hear a lot of people mention is the weight. I never pack this much, but when I tell you that now that I have all of this in it, it is actually really, really heavy, to the point where it's noticeable. I'm like, man, this is heavy trying to hold it up like this. So I would definitely be conscious of that. Although it holds more, really try to ask yourself, even though if it holds more, would I ever really pack it to this extent to where it is that heavy? Because I have heard some people say that once you put it on your shoulder, if it's this heavy and you're walking around with it all day, it actually starts to kind of weigh on your shoulder a little bit. And I can understand that with it stuffed this much. So again, when I carry it, I usually have my essentials, maybe a couple of other things, but I never really have it this heavy. So when it comes down to that, with the small amount of things that I carry, I don't really notice a weight difference to where I'm uncomfortable. I would say that really with the both of them, I can wear my medium double flap and my jumbo double flap pretty much all day without an issue, without feeling uncomfortable. So I would say for me, it really comes down to how much you're going to put in each, of how comfortable it's going to be for you throughout the day. So I wanted to give you guys some mod shots here. I wanted to do first a side-by-side comparison of them on with the strap doubled. And I feel like with this, you can very well see for my size that this is really the only way that I can wear the jumbo, is as kind of this, is with the double strap. And then I go into doing the single strap for both of them. I also show the crossbody for both of them. Again, because of my size, there's just no way I could wear the jumbo single strapped or crossbody, but I feel like the single strap looks really, really good with the medium double flap, which is mainly how I wear it. And then as far as the crossbody, also I can wear it like that, and I feel like it looks pretty good, hits at a pretty good length, to be honest. So I kind of just wanted to show you just the big difference on how much longer the jumbo falls and how much bigger it really looks, so that you could kind of get a better idea of what fits best for your body type. Okay, so for my final thoughts, I feel like throughout the video I've been dropping little Easter eggs as to which one my preferences, and for me I would really have to go with the medium double flap, mainly because of its size and because of my size. I don't carry a whole lot of things in there, so most of my daily essentials can fit in, and even a little bit extra if I'm going on a shopping day and I want to throw some additional things in there. I feel like I can do that. Also, I can carry it, I feel like, more versatile, I don't know, but I can carry it more ways. I carry it kind of with its double flap, I can carry it with its single flap, I can carry it crossbody, and it just looks great all of those ways. So for me, the medium is the way to go, personally. But again, the jumbo is just also so gorgeous, so beautiful. Like I said, this was the very first one I purchased because I did want a bigger one that gave me more options and more availability to put things in it. So if you are a bit taller or you carry more things, the jumboed is definitely going to be the way to go for you. First, what I would decide is whether or not you want to go with the caviar leather or with the lambskin leather. Both of mine are in the caviar leather, and that's because these were some of the very, very first Chanel handbags that I purchased. So I wanted to be able to wear them wherever I wanted to wear them and not have to worry so much about them, because I was like, I'm putting so much money into these, I have to be able to reach them and grab and wear them wherever I want without worrying about them. So I have two other handbags though currently in lambskin, and I absolutely love it. So I say, again, go with what you feel most comfortable with, but I would definitely take that into consideration, how many handbags you have, how careful you plan on being with this handbag. If you only are planning on getting one and you want to be able to carry it wherever and not worry about color transfer or wearing down of the lambskin, I personally would go with the caviar for the very first choice, unless, like I said, you just love lambskin, and then do that. Do whatever really makes you happy, because you're putting a lot of money into this handbag, so you want it every time you look at it for you to be like, I love it, I know I made the right choice, this is what I feel like is best for me. I just really want to point out how pleased that I am. I did go ahead and take a look back at when I purchased these, the year that they were. So for this one, which is my silver hardware, medium double flap, I purchased this one in 2020, and it is a year 2014. And oh my goodness, it still looks, oh my gosh, excellent condition, which is how I bought it in. So that just truly shows you how well these handbags stand the test of time. And that's even more reason that I would say go for it if you are thinking about it. I mean, to me, that is just phenomenal that this is a 2014 handbag that still looks So, so, so good. Then my jumbo, you guys, get this. This one is even older. This one I bought in, I want to say also like 2020, but this one is a year 2012. 2012 this handbag is. So, and when I say 2020, in my earlier video, I put them on reserve in 2020 and got them out of reserve in 2021. I don't want you guys to be like, oh yeah, she said she purchased these in 2021. Technically, it rolled over into 2021. That's how it worked. But anyway, back to topic at hand. 2012, you guys, look at how good this handbag looks to be a 2012. So like I said, for me, I was more interested in the condition and the price point than the age, but I feel like that's definitely a decision you have to make for yourself. They held their value so well, held their condition so well. The people that own them before me took such great care of these handbags. So I really just wanted to share a little bit of that information with you so that you could make the best choice for the pricing, for the age, for the condition, to make sure it fits best in your lifestyle, your pockets, how much you can afford, to know that you can still afford some of these handbags even if you're not walking into the store paying full retail price. But what would my channel be if we didn't get a chance to look a little bit on what's being offered currently in the resale market? So one thing I wanted to point out, I was watching the video before and it seems like a few years ago, the jumbo double flaps were actually higher on the resale market. But in today's climate, it's actually the medium double flaps, I feel like, that are going above retail price even in the resale market. So I wonder if it is kind of just a trend that smaller bags are a little bit more in fashion currently than the bigger bags, and that may be so, but what I thought was an interesting thing to point out is just how that variation can change within like a less than a 5-year time frame, which really leads me to get what you want to get what really fits your lifestyle, fits your body type, because that's what's important. Not so much, both of these handbags I feel like are going to be in fashion for the foreseeable future, so I wouldn't focus so hard on what's currently in right now. I would focus on what works best for you, because the trends are gonna come and go. We know that. So we've just gotta do what works best for us so that we're not always trying to keep up with the Joneses, as they say. So when I'm looking on Fashionfile, like I tell you, I always try to go at least in excellent condition for my handbags from Fashionfile. And this one here is $59.95. And keep in mind, these retail for $8,500. Sorry, I'm talking about the jumbo if I didn't say that already, which is a significant less amount than the retail price if you're shopping with Fashionfile Preloved. Now this one is lambskin, and I'm going to kind of pop this one up on the screen, but I just wanted to show you, if you're open to lambskin, you are open to, this one is a year 2014, so you're open to that year or something that's not as new, you can really find some good deals still on the Preloved Market. Now I did want to take a moment and show this one. This one has the gold hardware, but it has a little bit of plating wear, which means on the turn lock there you can see a little bit where the tarnishing has happened on the turn lock. So for me, when I was looking Preloved, because I did purchase both of mine from Fashionfile, I can't remember if I said that earlier, but that's one of the things I was looking for, is I wanted to make sure that the hardware itself was also in excellent condition and didn't really have that plating wear to it yet, because I knew that when I looked at it, that would just be something that I was like, oh shucks, I should have waited out for one without that plating wear. And then you have to go into trying to figure out how to change out all of that hardware. So I would say that's something to keep in consideration if you're looking in the Preloved Market, is to check one and make sure that it doesn't have that plating wear there. What I thought was really interesting when I was looking through Fashionfile is they only had for condition very good or excellent. They actually did not have any listed in new condition, which I would say is very, very rare for Fashionfile, if I'm being honest. Usually most of the handbags that they have do have a section for new. So I don't know what that means. I'm taking it as the handbag handbags are so popular that no one is buying it and then selling it back to them in new condition. So, I mean, take it as you will, but I would say that that's a pretty good sign that people are buying them and keeping them for now. And then when they're selling it to them, they are still in excellent condition, but I feel like it also shows just how careful Fashionfile is when they're labeling their items. Like the one I showed you earlier that was excellent just with faint scratches. I mean, they labeled that as excellent and not new just because it had faint scratches. So I would say that you can really trust Fashionfile. You can trust their descriptions, and I feel like they do a great job of really showing you the nitty-gritty of the handbags and being very fair and very accurate in the way that they rate them. So here on Fashionfile, I went ahead and transitioned over to the Chanel medium double flaps, and I found this one for $63.95, which is well below retail. I feel like that's a really, really good deal. What I will say is that I'm finding that the lambskins, for whatever reason, are cheaper on the resale market. I'm not really sure why that is. I wonder if it's because the lambskin, like I said, does wear down a little bit more or easier than the caviar leather, and maybe that makes it harder to present as being, you know, more new looking. I don't know. I would be really curious to know you all's opinion as well on why you feel that the resale or pre-loved market is actually pricing the lambskin a little bit lower, it would seem. And I just took a moment and scrolled here. I don't want to torture you with going through every single handbag that they have on the website. I really just wanted to show you some of the more reasonable priced ones and then kind of scroll down, and this was the one for $79.75, so still below retail price, still excellent condition. But to me, I would definitely check out some of those in the in-between range and decide, one, how important is the year to you, how important is, like I said, different features within it. They all, I feel like, kind of have a little edge wear because of the way that the edges wear. But I would, again, contact the Fashionfile personal shoppers. I've talked about this in one of the previous videos. They will pull up to 3 handbags for you. So pick out 3, get the style numbers, call them up and say, hey, can you compare these 3 handbags? And sometimes what I even like to do is go with one of the cheaper ones in the excellent condition, one of the medium price ones, and then one of the more expensive ones like I'm showing you. And I ask them to like compare them for me and just tell me, and I feel like they are really great about trying to take the prices out of all of them and just showing the handbag as it is, so you can kind of decide, is it worth the price difference for you? I feel like that is a huge deal. So again, I feel like shopping on the pre-loved market gives you so many options, so many price ranges, where you're still able to get these handbags in really excellent condition for below retail price. So next, I wanted to go for one of more of the mid-range prices. This one is $74.95. The year is a 2018, so a little bit newer, and it says marks, scratches, and scuffs. So I feel like then we're getting into the category, though, is $74.95 from the $7,800 retail price. Is it worth it to buy it pre-loved and not new, and to miss out on the store experience, to miss out on the making sure you have the box and the accessories to go with it, making sure it's, like I said, completely new and doesn't have any of the marks, scratches, and scuffs? That is definitely a decision you would have to make. But I feel like once we're getting to this price point, we're definitely having to point that out. We're definitely having to point out, is it worth that small amount of discount to purchase it pre-loved? I'm not sure. Now, what I will say is that Fashionfile, like I've said in some of my previous videos, does offer a layaway program, so they give you 60 days to pay it off. Meaning if you don't have all of the money up front, you can split it out over 2 months. So I'm not sure if that would make a difference for you, but like I said, I definitely wanted you to take that into consideration once you're getting kind of closer and closer to the resale price, to the retail price when you're looking on the pre-loved market. And as I said, I like to just scroll up and see what we're having here as one of the most expensive ones that they're having on the website. And in this one, it looks like it is $99.95, in excellent condition. It has faint scratches, marks, but the protective plastic wear is still intact. And this one is actually lambskin, which I find to be really interesting because I just said earlier in this video that the lambskin is cheaper from when I first started pricing from low to high on Fashionfile. But what I'm finding is maybe if it's a new one, because this one is 2021, maybe, just maybe, the new black lambskins 2021 in excellent condition actually will go for more than the caviar. So again, I'm not really sure. I'm sure Fashionfile has this all figured out of how they price them on the Preloved Market, depending on lambskin, caviar, how new they are. But yeah, it's really, really interesting, I feel like, just looking on these websites sometimes and seeing how these bags are priced out. Then I wanted to just kind of see what they were offering in the new category. Like I said, I like to go from excellent, see what excellent is offering, and then go to the new category. This one looks like it is $76.95, so just below the retail at $7,800. It is new with protective plastic wear intact. It does come with the authenticity card, and it is a 2019. So here they will usually include within the comes with section if it also has the box, the dust bag. So it doesn't look like it has any of those things, which I'm a little shocked about for this to be a new handbag. But I did want to show you that one within the new category. And then the max one looks like is pricing out at $10,495, which to me is just shocking because it is well over retail. Now they do call that giftable. It is a 2021 giftable. They usually claim comes with the box and the dust bag, protective plastic wear intact. So I don't know. In that case, I don't know if I mentioned this one is lambskin, but in this case, I would definitely consider speaking to a sales advisor from Chanel and just seeing how their reserve list works for the store. I know that these classics are hard to get your hands on, but I feel like there just has to be another way. I feel like they are still accessible enough to where you're not having to pay over retail to this extent. So I would definitely check that out. Again, I have a video on Chanel price increase 2021 where I tell you exactly how much I paid for my handbags if you're interested in how much I paid for those. But otherwise, I hope you guys liked this video. I hope it was helpful. Thank you guys as always for joining me. Please leave some comments down below if you have any questions or if you have any opinions. I love to hear what you guys are thinking, and I try to respond back to every single person that leaves a comment. So again, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you. Have a great evening. Bye.